the start of the show, we mentioned that the country's annual sea turtle nesting season has begun and runs till August 31st. Well, to discuss this and help the public understand how we can protect TNT sea turtles, we're now joined by no stranger to Trinidad and Tobago today, Rishi Deosaran, Biodiversity Technical Officer at the EMA. Good morning, Rishi, and welcome back.
Morning, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, this is your busy season.
Yeah.
A lot of questions to answer, and we're going to ask a few of those now. Well, reports are showing that sea turtle nesting in Trinidad and Tobago is actually declining. Can you weigh in on that for us?
Yeah, I can. What I'll say about that report is that sea turtles are complex creatures, and it's hard to get a good idea of their population trends by comparing year-on-year data, which is what that report does. But what I can say is that over the past 10 years, globally and regionally, we've seen significant declines at key nesting beaches, and nationally, we've seen similar, smaller but sustained declines at our major nesting sites.
So what are the main threats that are facing our sea turtles in all those spaces in Trinidad and Tobago?
So again, sea turtles are complicated animals. They live both inland and on water, and they're very long-lived and traverse vast expanses. So as a result, they're exposed to a number of threats. You have climate change, which acts as a multiplier that exacerbates other existing threats. So sea level rise, sargassum, temperature. You also have pollution, coastal and marine development, and of course, one of the most significant threats in the region, which is bycatch from our fisheries industry.
Yeah, I know that the EMA has actually designated 5 sea turtle species as environmentally sensitive species. How does this help?
So their designation as environmentally sensitive species in 2014 affords them the highest protection available under our national legislative framework. Full, complete protection to them and any part thereof, and of course the environment as well.
Yeah, and year after year, we continuously have this discussion about people harming or disturbing the sea turtles. How are these laws or penalties enforced?
So under the Environmental Management Act, any disturbance or harm to an ESS is punishable by a fine of up to $100,000 and imprisonment for up to 2 years. And we enforce this through collaborating with other enforcement authorities in the Forestry Division and TTPS, game wardens and officers, and by collaborating with community-based organizations on these nesting beaches, active and involved conservation stewards who we coordinate with to make sure that we protect these species.
And also climate change and coastal development are definitely ongoing concerns, and not just for Trinidad and Tobago, but the world. How is the EMA responding to these challenges?
Well, just recently, the EMA, in collaboration with the National Sea Turtle Task Force, would have developed the revised Sea Turtle Recovery Action Plan for Trinidad and Tobago. And once that document is chock full of management recommendations and conservation strategies geared towards addressing the plethora of threats that sea turtles face nationally here in Trinidad and Tobago.
I know the EMA is always doing work to prepare the beaches as well. I think on March 1st, there was a beach cleanup in Matura.
Yes.
So how do these community efforts and initiatives like these contribute to sea turtle protection?
Well, sea turtle conservation in Trinidad and Tobago has historically been a community-based and led endeavor, and we would be a lot further behind if not for the efforts of these community-based organizations who are on the ground protecting these beaches, recording the valuable data on our sea turtles, and collaborating with us as state entities to make sure that they are protected and conserved.
And what advice would you give to people, the residents, the tourists as well, coming in to view the turtles?
Well, of course, always listen to your trained and certified tour guides with your community-based organizations. Don't interact with any turtles. We don't want any touching, so stay a safe distance away, preferably about 20 meters away. Don't put any permanent or semi-permanent structures into the sand or into the beach. Don't dig any holes, light any fires, or do any beach driving for that matter as well, to try and leave no trace, as we like to say.
Yeah, this is their space.
We share it. It's a shared space. The coastal and marine environment is a shared resource, and we need to act with responsibility and accountability in that.
Is there a particular unit that's specific to protecting the turtles?
So turtles in Trinidad and Tobago have quite a complex legislative protection. So they're protected under the Conservation of Wildlife Act, the Fisheries Act, the Forest Act, as well as the Environmental Management Act. So we coordinate across multiple divisions and state entities to protect the turtles both on land and in sea.
And any new, maybe the use of technology or anything like that, what is the EMA doing to implement, just a progressive approach to attempt to reverse the decline in nesting?
Well, like I said, the Sea Turtle Recovery Action Plan is full of these management
Right.
recommendations. They're diverse and they're varied for the multiple overlapping threats that we face. But I can speak that right now that there are community-based organizations on the ground, like Nature Seekers, who are using drone technology to better understand nesting ecology on Arinkan and Orozco Bays. There are NGOs like Species who have citizen science projects like the Sea Turtle Spotter Challenge, where persons who are going out into the waters in the marinas in Chaguaramas or just kayaking along the East Coast can take a picture of any turtles they see, upload it, get it identified, and contribute to citizen science data as well.
Yeah, well, as we have you here, there's another development. I believe a humpback whale was recently spotted near the BP Teak Alpha platform off Trinidad's East Coast. How significant is the sighting for our waters? What does it mean?
Well, it points to a really interesting fact that like I said earlier, our oceans are a shared resource, and we share it with some really incredible, rich marine biodiversity, in particular our marine megafauna, like this humpback whale, but also our sharks, our rays, our dolphins, and of course our sea turtles. They all inhabit our waters, and we have an effect on them, and we need to make sure we act responsibly.
And how common is it for these whales to pass near our shores?
It varies, and actually we don't have as much data as we'd like to have, but there are a lot of great organizations on the ground who are collaborating with communities as well as with state entities to get that information, like the Trinidad and Tobago Cetacean Sighting Network. And you can probably go on their website and get a lot more information to learn about our cetaceans, our dolphins, and our whales.
Yeah, and a lot of people will probably be seeing this if they're out at sea or anything like that. What would you say to them as well? If you see these animals, what should they do?
I would say practice being ecologically conscious.
Right.
Go slow, use sustainable gear types if you are going in and fishing, and try and minimize your impact. Like I said, leave no trace as much as possible.
So, on a personal note, what do you look forward to most during sea turtle nesting season? Do you go? I'm guessing often.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I would say is that I take a lot of pride in being able to support the community-based organizations on the ground, and I encourage our public to go and view turtles, develop a relationship, and have memories with your kids about seeing this incredible spectacle. We support one of the largest leatherback nesting sites in the entire Caribbean, and by virtue of that, in the entire world. And it's a point of national pride, and we have no excuse not to go and experience that.
So I've actually never been, and I plan to have my first experience before it's August 31st, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who's never been and they want to get the best experience possible, how to approach this?
Like I said, we go to your well-known community-based organizations, your reputable community-based groups like Nature Seekers and the like, and reach out to them. They'll organize the permits, because you do need to have permits to be able to go on a turtle tour.
Really?
Yes, because they are protected species, and these beaches are prohibited areas. You need permits from the Forestry Division, as well as, the community-based organizations needs approval from the Environmental Management Authority. So please do go. Please do abide by the rules and the regulations, and make many memories.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rishi, for joining us this morning. It is officially sea turtle nesting season. I know many people are looking forward to that. And we're sure we'll have you back again for some reason. Well, follow us for all the stories that you see here and more via TTT Live online. If you want to contribute to the show in any way, just email us at ttoday@ttt.co.tt. And you can follow us on all our social media channels. It's on the screen for you now at TNT